Scott Disick shares details about a challenging discussion he had with his son Mason, whom he shares with Kourtney Kardashian. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Scott Disick, known for his long-standing appearance on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, recently opened up about a challenging conversation he had with his eldest son, Mason. Scott, who shares 3 children, Mason, 15, Penelope, 12, and Rain, 10, with his ex-partner Kourtney Kardashian, admitted that he's not thrilled about the idea of his kids discovering his past behavior, especially his struggles with alcohol addiction. The 41-year-old reality star revealed this during an episode of Khloe Kardashian's new podcast, Khloe in Wonderland, where he discussed how he's been honest with Mason about his past mistakes and the impact they had on his life. Scott, who has been open about his battles with alcohol, shared that he's had candid conversations with Mason about how drinking negatively affected him and led him to some dark places. He explained to Khloe that Mason once worried Scott might treat him differently because of his past struggles. Scott reassured his son, saying, "I'm not treating you any different because of my mistakes or how I lived. But if I see a problem with alcohol with you, I will take action." He added that while he understands Mason might experiment with drinking in the future, he would step in if he noticed any signs of a hereditary issue. Until then, Scott emphasized that Mason would be treated like any other kid. Despite his honesty, Scott admitted that he's not eager for Mason to see some of the more extreme moments from his past, particularly his wilder days on Keeping Up with the Kardashians *. He joked that it's funny Mason hasn't seen some of those episodes yet, but acknowledged that his son might have already come across them. Khloe, however, suggested that seeing Scott's past behavior could actually be beneficial for Mason. She pointed out that witnessing his father's outlandish actions, like his infamous Miami days, might deter Mason from drinking. Khloe said, "Maybe if he sees the outlandishness of you, like the Miami days and all that, maybe that would prevent him from drinking because he'll see how." Scott humorously interrupted, finishing her sentence with, "Wow, like my dad was a real expletive then." Khloe quickly added that Mason also knows how much Scott has changed and grown since those days, which could serve as a positive example. Scott agreed with Khloe's perspective but reiterated his concerns about the potential dangers of alcohol. He shared that he frequently talks to Mason about the risks, warning him that drinking could lead him down a really bad road, or, in some cases, be a really fun road. Scott's struggles with alcohol have been well documented on Keeping Up with the Kardashians *, and they played a significant role in the tension that ultimately led to the end of his relationship with Kourtney Kardashian in 2015 after 10 years together. Over the years, Scott has sought treatment for his addiction multiple times, entering rehab in 2014, 2015, 2016, and most recently in 2020. However, his 2020 stint was not related to substance abuse but rather to address the emotional trauma he experienced following the deaths of his parents. In 2020, Scott's attorney, Marty Singer, clarified that Scott had checked into a treatment facility in Edwards, Colorado, to work through the pain of losing his mother and father within a short span of time. Singer explained, in an effort to finally come to terms and deal with the pain that Scott has been silently suffering for many years due to the sudden death of his mother, followed by the death of his father 3 months later, Scott made the decision to check himself into a rehab facility last week to work on his past traumas. He did not check in for any alcohol or cocaine abuse. This statement highlighted the emotional toll that the loss of his parents had taken on Scott and his commitment to addressing his mental health. Scott's journey has been a roller coaster, marked by both personal struggles and public scrutiny. His openness about his past and his efforts to be a better father to his children reflect his growth and determination to break the cycle of addiction. By having honest conversations with Mason, Scott hopes to guide his son and prevent him from making the same mistakes. While he acknowledges that his past behavior might be embarrassing or difficult for his children to witness, he also believes that sharing his experiences could serve as a valuable lesson. The conversation between Scott and Khloe on her podcast shed light on the complexities of parenting, especially when dealing with a past that's been so publicly documented. Scott's willingness to address his mistakes and use them as teaching moments for his children demonstrates his commitment to being a responsible and supportive father. As Mason grows older, Scott's honesty and vulnerability will likely play a crucial role in shaping his son's understanding of addiction, responsibility, and personal growth. In the end, Scott's story is one of redemption and resilience. Despite the challenges he's faced, he continues to prioritize his children's well-being and strives to set a positive example for them. His candidness about his past and his efforts to guide Mason through life's challenges highlight the importance of open communication and the power of learning from one's mistakes. As Scott navigates the complexities of fatherhood, his journey serves as a reminder that growth is possible, even in the face of adversity. In addition to that, Kourtney Kardashian admits her son is growing up to resemble his father, Scott Disick. The 45-year-old entrepreneur, who runs Lemmy, maintains a positive co-parenting dynamic with her ex as they raise their 3 children, Mason, 14, Penelope, 12, and Reign, 9. In a recent episode of The Kardashians, Kourtney made a rare mention of Scott, indicating that there are no hard feelings regarding their parenting. Kourtney noted that their youngest son is definitely following in his father's footsteps, especially when it comes to humor. While spending time with Reign, who was making funny faces and using different voices, she remarked in a confessional, "I don't know where he gets his sense of humor, he's like a Jim Carrey." When Reign attempted to tell a story, he started with, "Okay, so once upon a time," then paused and concluded with, "That was the story." His sister, however, wasn't impressed and told him, "It's not that funny though." In the confessional, Kourtney shared, "I'm starting to get a lot of vibes, like his dad. I think he's beginning to develop that sense of humor. Just what we need." Reign's lively personality has certainly shown through on The Kardashians, as he isn't shy about bringing humor to his mom and stepdad. During a trip to Australia for Travis's Blink-182 tour, he playfully urged Kourtney to stop kissing the drummer. "Mom, stop making out with Travis," he said, sounding a bit annoyed. "Didn't you just have a baby? Don't get another one this quick." Kourtney and Travis took Reign's comments in stride, laughing them off. Kourtney expressed in a confessional, "I think it's beautiful to see parents, especially those with a new baby, be affectionate and loving. There's nothing wrong with that." Kourtney and Travis welcomed their baby, Rocky 13, in November, and she has been very close to him since. She explained her attachment parenting approach, "I'm really into attachment parenting. I really don't separate from him," adding, "I feel like my time is dedicated to taking care of my baby and bonding with him." She applied a similar philosophy with Penelope and Reign, telling Vogue, "That's what I did for my last 2 kids. We didn't leave the house for the first 40 days. After that, you're super connected, and I love that." Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.